Hello friends, today we will see that how can we write HTML code. As in our previous lecture we have seen that what is HTML, and we have discussed about the basic tags of HTML like h1, p, etc, etc. So as in our previous lectures we have covered the theoretical concepts of HTML. Today we will see that how HTML code works. So to run our code we should need some IDE which will help us uh, which will give us a space to write our code, and eventually we will run it on Google Chrome. So first of all, search for Notepad onto your computer. We'll be using Notepad for some time when we are familiar with the basic code of HTML. After that we will move to the framework or some another IDE which will at least give us an help with basic syntax of HTML. So you can see that I have opened a Notepad, and here I can write my HTML code. So first of all I would like to save my Notepad. I'll save it onto my desktop, and as it is an HTML, so we will save our first code with an extension .html, which stands for hypertext markup language. So let's name our file my first program. Now save it with the extension .html. As you can see that I have saved my first program with the extension of .html. So you can see here that in properties it is showing me the type of file is HTML. So let's start writing code. As we have seen in our previous lecture, the first declaration in our code should be doctype HTML. So let's make it done, doctype HTML. Now after that, as we are writing the HTML code, so we will remember that we should remember that it is a markup language. So if we are opening something, we should close it also. Let's do it. HTML. We should remember these things, that the first declaration should be doctype HTML, and after that we should remember that it is a markup language. So we should if we should open an HTML mark, and if we are opening it we should close it also. In this HTML, under this HTML tag, you will open head tag. In this head tag, I will tell you later that what we are using head, why we are using head. And after using head, we'll open the tag body. It's the basic syntax of HTML. If you are writing any code, first of all what you should do is make a basic structure of HTML. In this way you will get familiar with the basic structure, and in the future you will never get troubled with the code. So learn this basic structure of the code. After that we'll start writing our code into our body. So first of all, in our previous lecture we have seen title, and I have told you guys that what title really is. So let's use title here. Title. Today we will cover everything which we have discussed in our previous lectures, like tags h1, h2, p, etc, etc. Title. So let's see how it's work. My program, it's my title. So let me tell you that why do we use head. Head is basically used for such purpose, to give everything like title, script, if we want to give some link, etc, etc. If we are mentioning something or we are connecting our HTML file to any other page, we will mention it into our head. Head is used for this purpose only. After that it comes to body. Body is the basic structure of what our HTML page looks like. For example, whatever is there in body, we'll be looking at into the basic structure of our page. So let's start. Now. As we have seen in our previous lecture, h1. So let's use it here. Remember that we have open tag h1, so we should close it also. So anything which we are writing in between these tags will appear into our browser. So let's name it heading 1 under h1 heading. So first of all, we'll run our code. As you can see that it is my first program, so just right click on it and open it with Google Chrome. As it is saved with HTML extension, open it with Google Chrome. So it will, let's see what it will show us. So you can see that in title we have my program, and whatever we have written inside the h1 heading is here. So let's try 5 more headings. h1, open tag for h2 and write heading 2 in it. Heading 2 h2. So I am not writing all of my headings, so I am copying it, but please do not do so for your practice. Just write it again and again. So I hope that it's there are 6, 3, 4, 5 and 6. Close these tags, h5, h4, h3, h2 and h1. h3, h4, 5, 6. As we have seen in our previous slides or previous presentation, that there are only 6 headings, h1 to h6, and they both decrease with respect to size only. So let's see that how they look in our browser. Open it. First let's save it. Control S. We will use Control S to save our program. Otherwise the browser will show you your previous code. Let's see. Let's reload our page. So you can see here that how it works. Heading 1, heading 2, heading 3, heading 4, heading 5 and heading 6. They all just vary with respect to size. And please remember that there are only 6 headings. So let's move into our code now. Body. And I would to recall that concept again, that whatever we would be writing into our body will appear there into our browser. Anything which will be there into our body will be there into the browser. So let's open tag P, which stands for paragraph. And if we are opening the tag, we should close it too. And my first para. So let's look it onto the browser, that how it looks now. So you can see that it's my first paragraph. And if you are likely to make some kind of stuff which is really markup or according to the structure, so you can do one thing: remove these 5 headings we will use after. So you might now see that under the heading 1 there will be first para, my first para. Understand? My first para. Now we can do something like this: h2, heading 2 and my second para. So let's see how it looks now. My second para, my first para. So let's see what we can do now. Until now we have seen three things: title, h1, and headings and paragraphs. I think that for now only these three concepts are finally enough for you guys. So please do practice and try to practice it again and again, so that in this way you will be easily familiar with the basic structure of HTML code. We will be seeing these all things in our above lectures, but for now only please try to remember the structure of HTML, and after that please consider these three concepts and try to recall them again and again, that why title works, why heading works, why paragraph works, why they are used for. And you may knew that which book I am following. I have mentioned the name of the book into the description of this video. So if you guys face any kind of problem related to my tutorials or related to any concept, please comment below so that I can help you guys, or just mail me. I have mentioned my mail into the description. If you guys have any kind of problem, just give me a mail and I will reply you as soon as possible with the solution. Thank you.